Hello future Year 7s and welcome to the Maths Department. My name is Mrs Bover and I'm the subject leader for Maths and I look forward to meeting you in September. In Year 7 we cover a number of different topics. Some of the things you already know from number and algebra, shape, graphs and charts, and including at the beginning of the year tools of the trade. So tools of the trade is our starting topic so that we can get used to all the things that we need in Maths for Year 7. So the main thing that we're going to look at is we're going to look at our calculator. So this is a really key piece of equipment that you will get used to using and that will really help you in your exams. Another thing we look at is our compasses, which you probably have already used in primary school, and our protractor as well. So we look at all the things that you've already done with them, as well as taking it on to do new exciting things in Key Stage 3. In our maths lessons we do use a variety of resources. Most of our lessons will be using our maths books and our pens and pencils, but for some lessons you might use equipment like Numicon. If some of you have used that in Key Stage 2, so you might continue into Key Stage 3. We've also got fraction circles and 3D shapes to support your learning. For some of you, we may even use algebra tiles. So we can use these to look at all sorts of things to do with algebra, including all the way up to factorising quadratic expressions, which we probably won't get to just yet. Outside of our maths lessons, we also develop our numeracy skills through reflection time activities and through numeracy competitions. There's also the opportunity within the year to take part in our UKMT Maths Challenge, which is an exciting opportunity for our most able mathematicians. If you've enjoyed your introduction to the Maths Department, and myself and my team look forward to welcoming you in September.
Hello Year 7, welcome to the English Department. My name is Mr Elford. This is your favourite subject in the school, obviously. I'm sure it was in primary school. What makes our department great? Well, we have lots of trips that go on throughout the year. In Year 7 you will do some Shakespeare trips and also a spooky ghost tour of Oxford. We have lovely teachers, especially your head of year, Miss Potts, who might even be teaching you some of next year. We have lots of competitions that you can get involved in, including a speaking competition in Term 3 where you can win vouchers to treats in Reading to go and buy lots of tasty ice cream. We have lots of clubs and enrichment, book club and film club. And also we have mixed ability classes, which means that your classes are smaller and filled with lots of different people of different abilities. We try to cover these main skills throughout Year 7, starting with a bit of inference and reading in between the lines when we read different class texts and novels, plays and poems in class. We focus on vocabulary all the way through Year 7 and in lots of your other lessons as well, trying to make sure that you learn new words, sentence structures, paragraphing, grammar and spelling as you normally would do. We start off with a bit of autobiographical writing and learning about lots of different celebrities and role models in society. We then read different class novels, and that will depend on your teacher, but they could be Coraline, it could be A Monster Calls, it could be Refugee Boy. Then we look at some 19th century fiction and look at a bit of Sherlock Holmes and The Hound of the Baskervilles. We then move into Term 4 and look at some persuasive writing where you will invent your own creation, something that you have made and you have designed to help the future of humanity. Then we look at Shakespeare and A Midsummer Night's Dream and The Tempest. And lastly, we finish off the year by looking at some sports and review writing. In English, we are immensely proud of all of our classrooms. Each teacher characterises their classroom in the way that they want to. We also agree with working in groups, and you might notice that you'll be sat with lots of different people working together to encourage class discussion. In the English classroom, you will find lots of fantastic display work that you've completed in class or as a part of your extended learning. As well as that, we have lots of helpful displays such as Miss Potts' Hulk Smash vocabulary display and access to knowledge organisers, which you can get at any point when you get stuck. At the Wren School, we call homework extended learning. And in the English department, we give you the opportunity to be independent and creative and to choose your own homework from a menu that your teacher will give you. These can include model making, story writing, quizzes, movie trailers, vlogs, baking, and even TikTok videos. Reading book is an essential piece of your school equipment and should be in your bags at all times. Luckily, we have a fantastic learning resource centre where you can choose from thousands of fiction and non-fiction books to borrow and take home to read. You also have a reading lesson once a week where you have the opportunity to work with an English teacher to improve your reading skills, to borrow more books, to complete tasks on the 12 computers, and also work in the group breakout session. You will have access to the LRC at break time and lunchtime to change the books, like my book here, Douglas Adams's A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Give it a read. I hope you've enjoyed your introduction to the English department, the best department in the school, and I look forward to seeing you in September.
Hi Year 7s, my name is Mr Alford. I'm the subject lead of science here at the Wren. I'm one of about 8 of us that will be teaching you next year, and we're really looking forward to meeting you. In Year 7 we have 2 main themes. So first of all we've got tools of the trade, which you might be familiar with and you might have heard of in some of your other subjects, where we look at things like lab safety, we look at graphs, we look at some technical language that we use in science, as well as having a play with our Bunsen burners. Secondly, we've got another unit called This Is Me, where we start to look all about our bodies and how we function, and we look at things like the skeletal system, we look at our cells, and we look how we compare to the world around us. So how our cells, for example, compare to plant cells. And this is where the magic happens. So this is our prep room. As you know, science is a really practical subject, and this is where our technician, Mrs. Harrison Lawrence, puts together all of our equipment that we might need for our lessons. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed our sneak peek into the science department. Like I said earlier, we're really looking forward to meeting in September, but in the meantime, enjoy summer.
Hello Year 6, hope you're well, hope you're excited to join the Wren School. I know we're really looking forward to having you. My name's Mr. Ashforth Smith. I'm the head of Humanities. Humanities is a subject where we teach history, geography, RE and citizenship all together, so all as one subject. There's lots of different teachers in the Humanities department, so you could have me, or you might have Mr. Hart, Mr. Lecoq, Miss McLean, Miss Buckley, Mr. Mount, Miss Johnson, Miss Pike, or Mr. Collins. I'm going to teach you a little bit about what we do in Humanities in Year 7. History is all about finding out what happened in the past to help us understand now. So in Year 7, we start right the way back looking at an old mummified corpse and thinking what happened to it, called Ötzi. And then we move through time, we look at the Romans, the Normans, through to the Middle Ages, thinking about the Black Death, thinking about kings and the church, and then we finish Year 7 in the Reformation. We then carry on in Year 8 and 9 until we get right up to the present day. Geography is about understanding the world, both the processes by which the world does everything it does, and human impact on it. So we'll start by looking at countries and continents, and then we'll look at map skills, think about how we understand what we can see on a map and where we're going. We'll think about energies and climate change, we'll look at urbanisation and people moving into towns, and then we'll finish off looking at natural hazards, thinking about earthquakes. In RE, we'll focus on the major world religions, so Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, Sikhism, and Buddhism. We'll look at their creation stories, so ideas of where the world came from. We'll look at their founders and their founding stories and their leaders. We'll also think a bit about ethics. Ethics means what's right and what's wrong. So we'll look at some new inventions and think about, are they all good? Or actually, do we need to be careful with what we create? In Year 7, we do citizenship through all the other subjects. So we look at ideas like leadership, like rights and responsibilities, and we look at that through history and RE and geography. So you won't have individual citizenship topics, but through everything else we do, we're looking at what makes a good citizen. I hope that's given you a bit of an idea of what we do in Humanities in Year 7. So I hope you have a really lovely summer, and we look forward to welcoming you in September.
Hello future Year 7s, my name is Mrs Coleman and I'm the subject leader for Art and Technology. I just wanted to welcome you to floor 3, which is where most of your art and tech lessons will happen. So this is one of the art classrooms, and the first project that we do in Year 7 is about formal elements. So that's looking at all the different things that you can use to put together to make a really good art piece. So things, for example, like colour, shape, tone and line. We look at a project called This Is Me, where you will look at portraiture and think about things that make you into who you are. We then use lots of different materials and techniques, and you will learn different things throughout Year 7. So for example, there's clay work, we do some sculpture with wire and mod rock, do printing, and you learn lots of different techniques for drawing and painting. So design and technology is probably a new subject for most of you. You will get to experience each of the subjects for about a term throughout Year 7. So this is the textiles classroom. As you can see, there are some sewing machines which many of you have probably never used before, so you will learn how to use those and learn how to produce different types of textile art as you do the project. So this is one of our most exciting rooms in the department. So in here you will learn how to work with wood and metal and how to use all the different machinery throughout your time at the Wren. This is our mixed media suite. So here you may do some electronics, you may do some graphics and art, and at the far end we've got the computers which we use for photography and for graphics as well.
Hello Year 7s, my name's Miss Boona and I'm one of the food technology teachers at the Wren School. I want to give you a tour in our kitchens that you will be using from September. So, come on in. So as I said before, I'm one of the food technology teachers at the Wren School. We also have Mr Reynolds, who is the head of food technology. So you'll either have one of us next year for your food technology lessons. In Year 7, we will be looking at food hygiene, health and safety, which is obviously really important, the role that food has with your health, the importance of different nutrients, and of course, lots of cooking. We will focus in Year 7 on knife skills and using the hobs. Organisation in food technology is key. You will need to bring a container every practical that you have to ensure you can take your culinary creation home with you for your parents or carers to try. Our aims of the food technology curriculum in Year 7 are as follows. Most importantly, that you enjoy your cooking, to develop your independence and confidence in cooking, evaluating your practical sessions that you have, so you know what to improve on for next time, as well as highlighting the strengths, and learning key words each lesson to add to your technology terminology. As you can see, you are super lucky at the Wren because you have got pretty much brand new kitchens for you to cook in. We've got gas hobs, we've got electric hobs, we've got shiny new ovens, we've got a range of equipment, at your disposal to use in your food technology lessons. So hope you're looking forward to it, and I look forward to seeing you in food technology in September.
Hello everyone, my name is Miss Kishka. I'm the subject leader of Modern Foreign Languages here at the REN. Let's take a tour!
What is something that you have really enjoyed in Spanish?
I really enjoy learning it, so I can show off to all my friends.
Wonderful.
And I also love when sometimes we play Kahoot, which is a fun quiz game.
You might be able to do pen paling with your friend,
A friend in Spain.
with like a friend,
Do you
Go on to Duolingo and also give it 110% really.
My advice would just be to try your hardest and never give up. Because if you give up, you might not succeed, so just keep trying.
Hey Year 7, I'm Miss Savage, the current subject leader of performance at the REN School. In this short video, I want to show you a little bit of our music department, take you through some of the units of work that we study in Year 7 in both music and drama, and then tell you a little bit about some of the extracurricular opportunities we have for you to join. This is our main practical classroom for Year 7s, 8s and 9s. And as you can see, there's lots of keyboards, drum kits. We do lots of practical music making in here, sometimes with the ukuleles, sometimes with the percussion instruments, the drums, the samba kit. And we do this alongside some of our music theory work, and our booklet work is happening and taking place in here as well. So these are a few of the booklets and the topics that we cover in Year 7. And every student gets a new booklet every half term. And throughout the booklets, there's lots of different theory tasks, musical tasks, listening tasks that students carry out at the start of our practical lessons to develop their knowledge of musical theory and to support them with their music making. In the department, there are two other teachers, Mrs. Coombs, who teaches music, and Miss Stevens, who teaches drama. We're really lucky to have some awesome facilities in drama as well as music, with a really nice drama studio where we do lots and lots of practical work. In Year 7, students cover lots of different drama topics, from Greek theatre right up to making puppets, designing masks, and even looking at lighting and sound. Finally then, some of our extracurricular activities that we run are things like choirs, music and band groups, keyboard clubs, ukulele groups, and we're always keen to start new groups depending on what students enjoy and like about music. We go on lots of trips throughout the year to see different shows and productions, and we do lots and lots of concerts with our first just before Christmas. From myself and the rest of the performance team, we hope you have a safe and restful summer, and we look forward to seeing you at the REN School when the Year 7 academic year starts.
Hi Year 7, I'm Mrs. Gupta. I'm also subject leader of computer science.
In
in Year 7, you will be looking at several topics. To start with, tools of trade, like how to log in and creating folders. Then we will move on to virtual tours. Virtual tour will be used on websites. And you will create virtual tours on PowerPoint presentations. So you will excel some basic skills. And then we will move on to computational thinking, because in year 8 and 9 you will need to create programs. So in year 7 you will be working on computational thinking, how to abstract, decompose and create patterns. In other words, how a programmer thinks. Objective of year 7 is you will enjoy learning new computing skills, and in year 7 you will build a solid foundation of creativity in programming and graphics. Has given you a good insight of what we do in year 7, and I hope you will have a good summer holiday and see you in September.
Hi Year Sixes, I am Miss Upston and I am the head of PE. In this video we're going to be looking at what sports you're going to be doing in September, the clubs that we offer, facilities and more importantly who is going to be teaching you. So let's head inside. So here at the Wren School we have a large PE department who are really looking forward to meeting you in September. These members of staff are myself, as I introduced myself earlier, I am Miss Upston and I am subject leader of PE. We also have Mrs O'Brien, Mr Harrison, Miss Clapham, Mr Sparrow, Miss Spooner and Miss Johnson. And again, they are all looking forward to meeting you in September and delivering you amazing PE lessons. Here at the Wren School, we are really lucky to have an amazing facilities and they're nearly brand new for you to use, okay? Unlike your primary schools where you had your hall or maybe one netball court, we have really massive and outstanding. As you can see behind me, this is our sports hall. This is our dance studio. This is our fitness suite. And then our outdoor facilities are our mugger and our massive ashtray. The aim of our PE lessons at the Wren is giving you an active and healthy lifestyle, also hoping that you gain some different skills such as leadership, communication and teamwork. In September, hopefully you'll be doing a range of sports such as netball, football, badminton, cricket, basketball, athletics, dance, gymnastics, table tennis and the list goes on. Here at the Wren, we offer a really wide and broad curriculum to hopefully engage you in a number of sports and then hopefully you can come to the clubs that were mentioned earlier. Obviously, in September, it might be slightly different due to the circumstances that we are in, but we will make it work as best as possible and doing more individual-based activities such as fitness or athletics or problem solving or orienteering. But whatever you do, it will be great. At the Wren, we offer loads and loads of extracurriculum clubs at lunchtime and after school. We offer things like football, netball, badminton, basketball, curling, fitness, table tennis, and we would love you to get involved as much as possible as these are free clubs. All you need to do is bring your trainers or your PE kit and join in. You don't need to sign up, just come along, have some fun, make some new friends and even represent the school in our school teams. Here at the Wren as well, we like to offer as many trips as we possibly can. These could be trips to residentials where we stay overnight and do different sorts of activities for you to get into and try something new. We also like to do trips to different sporting events. This could be Wembley, this could be to Twickenham, This could be to basketball games, netball games, stuff like that, to hopefully expose you to professional sports and hopefully get the feel and the atmosphere of these trips.